What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Monday Mindset. Hopefully you guys are hearing my audio. I'm going to check it real quick as people are getting notified and joining on. Happy to be here with you guys. It is October 27th. It's going to be a beautiful week. I hope you guys are ready to crush this week and you started off early. You got to the gym. You got your mindset right. This is Monday Mindset. I want to talk to you guys today about something that's been on my mind. I've been answering a ton of questions for just different people calling into the Stay Paid podcast. So we're doing a call-in show where you can call in, get your questions answered, and it's questions from accounting to social media to lead gen to revenue to hiring. I mean, you name it. We've gotten all those questions kind of across the spectrum. We have a ton of real estate agents calling in, but we also have insurance agents. We have some entrepreneurs that have called in. So if you have questions and want to get them answered, man, call in. What's up, Flip? What's up, Joe? Lily, good to see you guys this morning. But, you know, one of the things that I have realized that's happening to me as I'm answering all these questions for these business owners that are calling in is I'm trying to remind people of the basics of growing a business. And I think if you focus on the basics, the fundamentals, you can build a great game, right? You got to know the fundamentals of golf, the fundamentals of basketball. I'm a terrible golfer, so it's a bad example. But you got to actually learn the proper fundamentals and what is needed there. Sorry, someone's calling me right now. What's needed there in order to actually win and actually scale and actually grow. And so I just want to remind you guys today in this Monday Mindset, what's the fundamentals of business, right? So you have a product and a service that you're offering. And that's where most people start. They have this product and service. Maybe it's insurance, right, that you're selling to people. And you want to know everything about the product and service. And you start in that frame of mind, which you really need to take one step back, and you need to ask yourself the key point, which is what is the pain that you are solving for someone, and what is the desired outcome that that individual is looking for that you provide for them, right? This is Tony Robbins 101. It's, hey, what's the pain point that you can solve to help someone achieve a desired result? And if you stepped even one step even back from that, it's really, hey, what is the desired outcome you want in your life? What is the why behind what you're doing? What's driving you every single morning? You got to start there. What's your identity? What's your why? But let's just assume, for the sake of this conversation, you have that worked out. You know why you're doing what you're doing, even if it is just to provide for your family and make a lot of money. That's fantastic. That is a great why. But you know why you're doing what you're doing. So now you enter into the business world and you go, hey, man, I have this big goal. I want to be a millionaire. I want to make this much income. I want to provide this much impact for my family and my community. Now you have to look at it and go, okay, who am I serving? And what is the pain that I'm solving for them? And what is the desired outcome that they want? And all of you, you're entering into a realm where there's products and services already created that you're going to be offering to your clientele. You got to get educated on them, on the offerings that you can bring to the table. But you've got to start with, who am I trying to serve and what pain am I trying to solve? Because that leads you to the number one fundamental in every business. You must build the list of your ideal target audience. You must understand, who am I actually going after? What pain am I solving for them? What result do they want? Who are these people? How old are they? What do they look like? Where do they live? What are their hobbies? What are their interests? Where do they spend their time? You've got to build this ideal target audience. Building your list is the most important thing in this business. One of the reasons we were able to scale Reminder Media, it's not rocket science. We were serving the real estate industry, and the beautiful thing about the real estate industry is every real estate agent wants to be known, much like insurance agents. So you know what they do? They go and put their photos and their logos and their contact information on the World Wide Web or in a phone book, so we're able to get that data, and that's our list that we can then do the second fundamental thing in the business, which is hit the list. Get in front of that list. So if you think of it like, if you're going to sell makeup, right? You're with Mary Kay and you want to sell makeup and cosmetics. You've got to start with, who are the people that buy makeup? And how do I get that list of people into a database? And how do I grow that database so I can get in front of that database? And this is where most people fall down, right? They're so focused on the product of makeup. They're so focused on the things they offer that they don't spend as much time, if not more time, on the number one fundamental of business. How do I get the list? And how do I grow that list? Because you know, on average, like in real estate, 7% of your list will transact every year. I don't know what the stat is in insurance. I should go ask AI. Maybe someone ask AI right now while we're on this thing. But it's like, how many people on average in your list will transact a year? And your goal should always be, hey, this is a relationship-based business. I've got to get people to know, like, and trust me. We all know that. So how do I build a list and keep adding to that list and nurturing that list and taking care of that list? And just like a farmer plants the seed and weeds and waters it and prunes it and does all the things necessary to reap the harvest, think of that as your database. Your database is the most important asset. So let me ask you this. Do you have a CRM where you have your database in it? Step number one. Do you have that database in your CRM actually segmented so you know who those people are and you have them categorized maybe two ways? You have them categorized by the potential you can get from them, right? Your VIPs that give you your referrals, your clients that actually you're doing business with right now, your prospects, but then you have it segmented even a different way, which is what these people want from you, right? Because now you can look at it through the lens of, hey, what do these people want to receive from me, because it's going to play into hitting the list. But do you have your list in a CRM? Do you have that list segmented? And do you then have that a way in that with that list to what I call prune it, to where every month you have a KPI where you're like, how big is my list? How many people unsubscribed from my list? How many people did I add to my list? You need both, right? A great marketing is like a magnet. It repels and attracts. Great email marketing, you need some unsubscribes. If you're not getting unsubscribes, you're not hitting the list hard enough. You've got to hit that list. So step number one, build a list. Step number two, hit the list. So when you hit the list, here's what I would ask you is, how often are you hitting the list? And on what mediums are you hitting the list? And this goes back to the first fundamental, which is, who is your list? Where do these people hang out? What are these people into? What do they look at? Where do they spend their time? Because in order to sell something to somebody, you first got to get attention. How do you get attention? You've got to go where the attention is. We know a ton of the attention is right here in people's phones. How do you get in front of them on the marketing platforms or things that they're looking at on their phone to serve up relevant advertising? We know also people have attention at their mailbox. We know also people have attention at seminars or events or like church events or Little League. They're giving their attention to these different areas. How do you look at all the different mediums that you could market on to get in front of that list? And then here's the question. What medium is best for you is going to be dictated by who? Who's your ideal target audience? And the reason why this is kind of a rant, the reason why this is on my mind is because every business owner that I tend to be talking to on the Stay Paid podcast that's calling in, they're not starting with the fundamentals, which is, well, how big's your database? Most people don't know. How often are you hitting your database? They don't really have a real sophisticated way of knowing. And, well, how much are you getting from your database? They don't know. You got to start with those fundamentals. If I was auditing your business right now, I would ask you, how big is your list? And how many names are you adding to that list and removing from that list every month? And what's your plan to get that list from 1,000 people to 100,000 people? Like A. Krieg Brothers Realty in Lynchburg, Virginia, we have like almost 40,000 people in our database. I want that to be 250,000 people. I want all of Lynchburg area, when they think real estate, I want them to think A. Krieg Brothers Realty. And the only way to do that is I got to get known, liked, and trusted by them. The only way to do that is I got to get them into a database so I can hit that database. But most people don't think of it that way. So my challenge to you on October 27th here, as we're kicking off the week, is, man, the gold, your net worth is your network, your net worth of your business, your multiple is your database. That recurring client is where the value is. How do you nurture your database and have a CRM, have segmentation of who that list is, have KPIs you measure yourself on of how many people you're actually adding to that list every year. So you can measure that by month or by quarter. How many people are you pruning out of that database because they're not good for you? And then most importantly, how are you hitting that database? Where are your ideal client? So if you think of it as action items, who is your ideal target audience? And that's dictated by what pain are you solving and what desired result are you giving? Who's your ideal target audience? How do you go collect those names, addresses, email addresses, all the contact information to put it into a database? How do you then segment that database so you can then hit that database in a sophisticated way based upon who that ideal target audience is? You do that, you will grow a business, whether it's a makeup business, an insurance business, a real estate business, property management business, a marketing business like my own. It's all about, who's my ideal target audience? How do I get that list? How do I hit that list? And if you have enough people that are in the right zone of the product and service you're offering and you hit them enough times, you will get business. Every blind squirrel finds a nut. You will get business. I promise you that. All right, guys. Happy Monday. Get out there and win for you, for your clients, for your family. Let's make it happen this week. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Monday.